Hello everybody. Go ahead and get started crossing your legs, moving the flesh away from the buttocks. Ground down even into the right sit bone, left sit bone, and sit up nice and tall, shoulders down the back. And just begin to breathe in slowly and out slowly. Slow, mindful breaths. Inhale and exhale. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. Akandamandalakaram yaptam yena characharam tatparam dashyam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste. You can just bring the hands onto your thighs or knees or wherever, as your palms maybe even phase up as you inhale and as you exhale, slowly deepening the breath. Feeling the inhale slowly coming down towards the root of your spine, and on the exhale moving the breath up the spine to the crown of the head. So you're inhaling down, 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 down into the lower part of your spine, down into the earth really. And on the exhale you're drawing the energy up the spine to the top of the head, to the universe. Now from there on we'll go ahead and interlace the fingers and turn the palms out and reach the hands up towards the sky. You can move a little bit there to get a little bit more length there. Breathe in, breathe out. Even turn the palms a little more back, and the wrist a little more back, and the thumbs a little more back. Then you bring your hands down onto your knees, and then fold down, keeping the knee elbows nice and wide. Breathe down to your hips and thighs. As you come back up, we'll go ahead and switch the leg, the other cross shin on top, the front. And then take the arms up towards the ceiling as you interlace your fingers. Press the palms up. Really reach the thumb side of your hands backwards so the pinky side of your hands rolls back even more so. And put the hands on the thighs. Fold down again between the arms. Head relaxed. You're looking forward to kind of relax the buttocks downward. Relax the thighs and knees down. And come up to sitting. Good. And cross the legs. Come on up to all fours, hands and knees. So you can do a little cow pose as you inhale, arch your back. And on the exhale, you can round the spine. Inhale, you might even bend the elbows a little bit, draw the shoulders back, reach the heart forward, and exhale, you're rounding in. Again, you inhale to arch the back and move the heart forward. Exhale, round, tuck the head in. And then take a moment to sit into child's pose. Letting the arms extend forward and the buttocks roll backwards. Breathe down into your kidneys and lower back and sacrum. And then you might even slide through between the arms and lie down onto your hips and your torso there. And the hand stays beside you. Come up into cobra. Lift the palms a bit. From here, and sit back into your child's pose, extended child's pose. So again, we may slide forward and lower all the way down. Exhale. And then find your back bend. As you inhale, we lay the thighs into the mat. And then shifting back into your child's pose, extended child's pose. So you come forward. Taking your back bend here. Shifting back into child's pose. Pulling yourself through. Inhale to cobra. sitting back to child's pose. One more time, you're coming forward into cobra as you inhale. And to child's pose, exhale. And so you'll need a block for the next one. We'll put a block on the first height. And check where the block is. So it's really where the front of the ribs meets. So the frontal ribs right below the chest area, that's where you want the block to be. And then the hips and the thighs should be on the ground. Hips and thighs on the ground. So see how I kind of make a little thumb here, pulling the thumb up, and I move my arms back and forth, lifting the thumbs up and back, out to the sides as wide as you can be. Arms to the sides, wide as you can be. Yeah, it's going back and forth a little. And then we'll come into our Sphinx and the forms and roll the head. Rolling the head a little bit around, and maybe even find your up dog cobra here. And we'll sit back on the heels. And again, make a little thumb here, like a hitchhiking, and roll the arms and shoulders back a couple times. Engage your upper back, engage your shoulder muscles. And just kind of pulling the elbows out and down towards the outer ribs, towards the outer waist. Going up and down with my arms too. Turn it in, turn it out. Interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe even press the knuckles down into the ground, into the mat behind you. Slowly come back up. So, puppy stretch. Hands can be on the block if that feels okay. You can also just choose to have the hands on the sticky mat without the help of a block. So you're going to arch and you're going to round. So you're arching as you inhale, and you push down to round as you exhale. You're arching as you inhale, and you push down round as you exhale. Arching as you inhale, and round as you exhale. One more, you're arching as you inhale, and you're rounding as you exhale. Just continue doing that, and then come up slowly. Take it into the first down dog. And you can move a little bit around that down dog. Take your right leg up and back and stretch it out a bit. From down, as you keep the right leg lifted, you're going to roll into your side plank. Oh, and catch your balance as you lift to the right leg and the right arm. Roll back into your down dog and stretch back. Take the left leg up and back. And straighten the left leg up to the sky. And see if you can roll slowly on your right hand, right foot as you find your side plank. Left arm is up, left leg is lifted. And then you're going to come back again into down dog. Come forward halfway, inhale, scoop out the chest, and exhale, fold into the legs. One more time, lengthen out the chest as you inhale, and then fold back into the legs, exhale. Try one more time, inhale, extend out the chest, and you exhale to round it Walking the hands forward again as you find your down dog shape. And then shift into plank, lower down. As you find a little back bend. Might look a little side to side too. And then move the hips back, down dog. Right leg goes up and back, three-legged dog. Pull the knee in. Step the right foot forward, set the left knee down, low lunge. Lift the frontal waist up and reach the hands up. And so you hook up the thumbs and you stretch the arms up. Or you might even move the arms a little side to side, the shoulders kind of go a little bit side to side. And lift up and back. So you reach into the back foot and shin. So really support yourself with the legs underneath of you, press down. Good. Releasing the hands, half split. Lengthen out over the leg as you inhale and fold down to the leg as you exhale. You might turn the foot to the right. You might even move the torso a bit over to the right side. Keep the left hand down. We'll take the right hand behind the head and lift the elbow up and down. So you lift the right elbow upward and you lower the right elbow down again and back up. Good. Coming out into your low lunge. Sweeping the left arm back towards the left foot or the shin or anywhere else you can reach for. If you have a block, you can even put the hand on the block. That right arm can reach up and around too a couple times. Good. Hands comes down to the mat. Three-legged dog, right leg back. Shifting into your side plank again on the left hand and the right arm lifted. Good. Step behind you. Find your little back bend here. Rotate the chest up over the shoulders. Chest up over the shoulders to the front of the room. And then come back to down dog. You're going to bend the knees and you're going to shift forward. Lower down to your back bend. Could be cobra, up dog, somewhere in between. And pull the hips back. Take the left leg and stretch it back. Nice and long. And exhale, knee into chest, step the left foot forward, step the right knee down, low lunge. Hook the other thumb on top as you stretch your arms up. Then grounding into the right shin, the right foot. You're lifting up, you lift the lower abdominals in and up, you stretch up and back. And you take a half split as you straighten the front left leg. Flex the toes up towards you. Lengthen out over the leg. Come all the way over to the left side if you like. Good. Come back to center and then put the right hand down, left hand behind the head. You're lifting the left elbow and you're lowering the left elbow. Lifting the left elbow and lowering the left elbow. So again, helps to activate the upper back, the thoracic spine area. Good. Sweep up the right arm, take the right hand back towards the right foot in any way, or the shin, ankle, or block. And you can make a little fist and press the thumb backwards and around. Good. Three-legged dog, sweep the left leg back. And again, we'll come into a little side plank on the left side. Right hand down, right foot down. Left arm up, left leg up. I'm going to step behind you, find your little back bend there. Turn the chest up and over the hands. Raise the hips and thighs and stretch. Should come around. Down dog, or you come down onto your belly and find your cobra pose as you're inhaling through and up. As you take a little child's pose. Or just come up to downward dog. You're going to shift forward, lower down knees, chest, and then roll down your pelvis as you find your way into cobra pose or even an up dog variation. And then shifting back into down dog. And again, you're going to come forward, knees down, chest down, and then roll down the pelvis first, and then lift the chest up as you inhale. And then come back into that down dog as you exhale. And breathing out. Again, yeah. And then from down, as you lift your heels up, bend the knees a lot. And shift the hips a little back and forth. And eventually you can even jump a few times forward. Try to lift the feet up off the ground. And use that as a little spring to bring the feet to the hands. Coming forward halfway as you inhale. And fold towards the legs, exhale. And stand up, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And exhale to Namaste, or Samastiti, hands by the hips. Raise the arms up as you inhale. Fall forward and down towards the legs, exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. And light either walk or jump back to Chaturanga, lower down all the way to the belly if you need to. Inhale, find your back bend, roll the chest up, massage around the spine area. And as you exhale, move back into your down dog. Slow, mindful breaths in and out. And taking those outer hips back, but also take the inner hips back. Outer thighs back, inner thighs back. You can always bend the knees as you move your hips and buttocks back. Lift the heels up, bend the knees, and lightly jump or step to the hands. And I'll come out halfway and fold as you exhale. Press down to rise, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And release the arms, Samastiti. Continue, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fall forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Slowly bring the feet back to Chaturanga. Shift the shoulders past the fingers. Inhale for your back bend. Even press down to the big toe sides of your feet. And then downward dog, hips back. Again, move those outer thighs back and inner thighs back. Breathing in and breathing out. Come up on the toes, and you can even shorten distance, and as you bend the knees, maybe do a few bunny hops. Trying to get the hips up over the shoulders. push and really press through the hands and press through the arms and firm the upper arms in and ground into your thumb side of your hands. Maybe the legs can come a little further up. And anytime you bring the feet to the hands, you could just take a standing forward fold too. Inhale, lengthen out and fold back into the legs. Inhale, the arm sweeps up and overhead. Stretch a little back and then release the arms. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Lightly jump, float a handstand your way back. You can even try to bring the legs up overhead, over the hips. You take the legs backwards into your back bend. Lift the right leg up and back. Stretch it here. Even move the left thigh back and the outer left hip back. Move the inner groins back and stretch. Lengthen up through that right foot. Take another breath in. And then you exhale, bring the knee into the chest, step the right foot forward. Come on up eventually into crescent high lunge. Slightly firming the right hip and right thigh back and the left thigh forward. Lift up to the front of waist as you stretch up to the arms as well. The finger, even the pinky side of your hands, they lengthen upward. Bring the hands down to the heart center. Start to lean a little forward, and eventually as you twist, twist, and twist, keep engaging the upper back and hook the left arm outside right leg. When your left hand comes down, the right arm goes overhead. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Step in the left foot to meet the right, so now you're in a twisted chair. Or you could even wrap the right hand behind the small of the back into the inner left thigh. You might have to open the left knee a little out to the side. You may stay there, you sit down on your calves, your heels, and keeping the left hand ground, the right arm up to the sky, and twisting here. You can sweep that right arm around, that thumb sticking out. Maybe take your hands down to the right side and walk your feet a little bit over to the left. And then find a little side crow variation. The feet can be together. You can also extend the legs apart, like a scissoring the legs away from one another. If you want to do that. Try to keep the big toes together. A little squat. Or maybe forms inside the legs. Find a little Navasana with the hands behind the head. But then you lie back down so the feet together and then try to get the elbows and knees to touch. And you come up and you try to get the elbows and knees to touch. Yeah, inhale down and exhale, lifting up elbow and knees. Yeah, inhale down as you lift up. Inhale down as you lift up, exhale. Inhale down and lifting up, exhale. Inhale down, lifting up, exhale. Yes, continue like that. And then you can take the hands up between the thighs and move forward and lift up the upper back and lift up the shoulder blades. Pulsing here. Pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. And lie down to rest a bit. So pressing into the edges of the feet to try to lift the buttocks up. Or even slide the hands underneath each leg and grab the shin, the ankle area. And puff the chest up a bit so you find a little bit of a back bend here. Let the buttocks be heavy. And chest opens up a bit more. So you roll the shoulders back towards the mat. Top of the shoulders back towards the mat. Good, stay with that one more here. Press down to your feet. Come up to a little bridge pose, and sometimes I even like to snuggle my hands underneath the buttocks and hip area and support the hips with the hands and the upper arms rolling down so the outer shoulders and the outer elbows rolls down towards the mat. And lifting the right leg up towards the sky. You can put it back down. You can also lift the left leg up towards the sky. Anytime you can always interlace your hands below the hips too. And kind of ground those outer shoulders down. And eventually release the arms as you roll down upper back, middle back, lower back, and you can rock back and forth. Try not to hold on to the feet. You can cross the ankles and then slowly come through into your cobra or your up dog. And I'm always a little cautious when I do Vinyasa chaturanga because that's a wrist issue, so I'm always taking a little bit cautious there. So lift up the left leg and elongate, elongate, elongate. Stretch it back. So there's the right thigh back, the right hip bone back. Lengthen both of your legs. And then bring the knee into the chest nice and slowly. Sit the left foot in between your hands. And we'll come up to crescent high lunge. Yeah, lift up through the waist. Nice. Ground down through your right foot and the left. Bring the hands down towards the heart. Pull that left leg in. And then see if you can twist a bit to that left side as you hook your right elbow. Right hand can come down. Maybe the left arm sweeps up and over. And breathe in and out. Working that left shoulder bit in towards the back. And again, we're going to step the right foot forward. And you find that twisted chair variation, maybe even wrap the arm behind the back into the inner right leg, and then or take the left arm up towards the sky. You can even make a little thumb and pull that thumb around too. Walk the hands down to the left side as you walk your feet a little bit out and maybe lean up onto the right arm. The big toes can be together, heels can be a little bit apart, and then just lean into the arms when you do this. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to a little squat. You can slide the arms in between the knees, separate the knees wider, maybe even turn the feet wider. Turn the feet outwardly. Or wrap the arms underneath around the calf. So this crow pose is, I try to get my upper arms, the triceps, underneath each knee. So the hands about as width as the mat. And I press down through those legs to lift up the hips a bit more. Press down through the knees and the shins to lift the hips up higher. I firm in from there. And then jump back, up dog, cobra. Your choice, or just skip it altogether and meet me in down dog if not. Raise the right leg back and up as you inhale, stretch it there. Stay with it. And then you can roll over the left foot and find your little side plank. Right arm can reach up. Lift it up. Yes, keep lifting it up. And step behind you as you find a little back bend. And rotate the chest up and back. Come around, three-legged dog. Bring the knee in and now slide it over towards the left side for your falling star. See if you can keep the left foot hovering and then just grab the foot and pull that leg close to the inner arm. Bring it back out. Bring the foot across the left thigh, figure four. Sink the hips down and reach the back, finding your stepping the right foot in between your hands, opening up for warrior two. Adjust to your heel to arch alignment. Get longer through the waist to the upper inner armpits, out through the arms. Ground through the edges of the left foot there, the outer edge of the left foot. And you reach the right arm forward, reverse to warrior. Breathe in, let the buttocks sink downward. Yeah, nice and low. And then from down, you got the left hand behind the hip and into the inner thigh. You can simply slide out into your half moon pose. You might even grab the top foot. You might even set the knee down. Take the left hand back and reach the right arm overhead. The left leg come a little bit up and down too. And then you can find your way back into your half moon. Again, you may set that left knee down. And then bring your left hand behind you. Press into the left hand, reach the right arm overhead. Maybe even lift the left knee up and put a knee down. And come back into the half moon. Just straighten both arms and legs. If you feel like a little bit more challenge, you can try to get the right hand from the right big toe, like straight in front of it. Maybe Chapasana, grabbing the upper left shin or ankle there. Kick it up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. And as you come out, slowly come out. As you bring the left knee back down to the mat. Plant the left palm behind you. Again, right arm over the head. Maybe that left leg can come out into a falling star. Breathe in, breathe out. Circle around a bit. And put the left knee back down underneath of you. Come on upright. And stretch to the upper right arm, down into the right foot. And as you come up, bend into the right knee. Plant your hands and we'll step back into plank. Shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga, hold for a moment as you exhale. And through into your up dog or your cobra pose. Move the heart forward and up. And then back into your downward dog. Move the thigh bones back, move the buttocks back, move the hip bones back, the outer hips back. Stretch down from your chest into the palms. Lengthen the left leg back and up, reach and elongate. Stretches, long, long left leg, long left leg. Continuously lengthen, 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 stretch. And come down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Feel that length in the right buttock and in the left buttock. You're going to roll onto the left side and find a side plank on the right hand down. The left arm is up, the left leg is lifted. Still lifting the left leg, still lifting the left arm. And then step behind you until you find your back bend here. Reach the chest down towards the hands. Reach the chest towards the hands. We'll bring the left ankle over the right thigh, figure 4. Bend the right knee and straighten slowly the right leg, and again bend the right leg and slowly straighten it out. So that as you come through into your standing, left foot steps forward, warrior 2, open up to the side. Have your shoulders directly up over the hips, and also check in with your feet. You got your left ankle heel in alignment of the inner right arch of the right foot there. You can turn the palms up and down. You can really take that side elongation to the left side there. Right hand can come on the left thigh and really stretch out towards the side wall, the back wall, whichever. As you breathe in and out, lengthen that side body. Good. We'll find our way slowly into your half moon. Bring the left hand forward in front of the left foot, or even put a block underneath the hand. And the right hand can be still wrapped behind you, or the right arm can extend up towards the ceiling. Either way. But work the buttocks in. Work the buttocks in and lengthen down to your left and lengthen up to the right. Slowly set the right shin bone down as you reach the right hand back into your side ankle variation, side plank pose. And you can lift the right knee and you can lower the right knee too. And as you come up, bend into your left leg and again come into your half moon. Press the floor away as you extend to the right leg. Sometimes I like to bend the top right leg and grab the ankle. Chapasana, and kick up the shin, the foot towards the ceiling. And again, you can sit the right shin down and you can plant the right palm into your side plank variation here. Maybe lift the right knee, extend it out, bend and straighten the right leg, or just set the knee back down, shin down to the mat. Come up again, come into your half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. As smooth as possible, as graceful as possible. The transitionings, right, going from one to the next. Using your breath and your dristis, your eye gaze. You can even turn your eye gaze to the side or maybe even upward. And again, you can set the right shin down. You can reach back with the right palm. Plant the hand, lift up the right leg, and then find that open falling star here. Lifting the hip creases upward. Grabbing the right leg with the left hand. And again, set the shin back down onto the mat. As you come up, you can plant the palms. Come through your plank, shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Push up, lift up. through into your back bend, stretch down through your big toes, roll the heart forward and up, lift the heart forward and up, and then come through into your down dog, hips back, thigh bones back. Can move the outer hips back, move the inner groins back, setting the knees down. So we'll grab a couple blocks. If you don't have blocks, just pretend you have blocks. You can also use some books, or if you can also do this without blocks. Shifting into chaturanga, roll the heart forward. So really use the block as leverage to move the heart space forward. You have more room to move the heart forward and up. Like somebody's stepping their foot into the back of a back area and you're pulling the heart forward. And you can also lay the thigh bones down, maybe the knees down, or put a blanket underneath the thighs to support it as you find a little back bend there, lifting the chest up and up. Breathing in and breathing out. And you walk the blocks a little forward and you find a puppy stretch here. Forearms can be on the blocks, palms, fingers, either way. And then see if you can lift up one hand, arm and then the other. So alternating lifting one arm, alternating lifting the other arm. So the chest is not really touching the floor, even the head is slightly lifted. But then from there on you find your regular puppy stretch area as you're bending into your upper back. Breathing in, mid-back, upper back. We'll go ahead and come up and have your knees about 2 fist distance apart. Setting up for Camel Ustrasana. Lay the shin bones into the mat. Really lay the knees, the feet, the ankles into the mat. And then perhaps you can reach back with one hand or both hands. Right, you roll the chest up and back. You lift the lower abdominals in and up, the waistband in and up. And you can move the hips a little more forward once you're there. Of course, you can always tuck your toes and put your hands on your heels instead. From here on, I try to do a little chin stand. You have your hands beside your ribs, beside your chest as you set the chest down, the chin down, and then you raise one leg or the other. Again, you can always keep a knee on the mat, like one knee down, one leg up, like that, like I'm showing right there. It's a little easier with the knee down. Just come up. And you can put the blocks up on the medium height. Maybe experiment a little bit with that. And you can, ideally the shoulder heads are on the blocks and the hands are behind the blocks. So you don't want the hands in front of the blocks. You want the hands right there behind the blocks, close to the knees pretty much. Very close to the knees. So I'll show you here. The shoulder head's going to be on the blocks. The hand's going to be right behind the blocks, and the shoulders should be laying on the blocks. You don't want out to the side. You don't want in front of the blocks. You want to try to be behind the blocks, and the chin is slightly in between the blocks, a little in front of the blocks. So when you have your blocks in front of you, we can put down the highest or the medium height. Again, you don't want your hand in front of the block, but you have it slightly behind the block. And you put your shoulder heads onto the blocks and the chin down between the blocks. And so I lift up my knees pretty much, and then straighten the legs, and then kick up one foot and then the other. It is nice to have a wall in front of you, so you can always kick up against the wall. So you have a wall in case you want to put your feet on the wall, or you feel like you're falling forward. You don't want to fall forward. You want to try to stay in your hands the whole time. Press down through the hands. And when you're ready, just come down. And then you can see how I turn the blocks. On the first height, the same thing, I lift my knees up and then I kick up. And this takes a little practice, so you probably have to do a couple of times if this is the first time to do this. And you want to keep lifting the buttocks through the feet.
And then when you come down, just rest. But I find it pretty nice with the blocks. You can also try without the blocks. And you can even put a blanket underneath your shoulders, across your chest there. A folded blanket underneath the shoulders if you need a little bit cushion. But again, here I'm just on my chin. My legs over my head. And then breathe in, breathe out. And slowly come down. Not everyone can like it because the chin can be a little sensitive, or the throat can be sensitive, the neck can be sensitive. So again, you might have to level up the blocks. From here on, come on to downward dog again. Breathe. You move your buttocks back, you move your thighs back, you move your hips back. Finding your pigeon pose, right leg forward. Scooting the left thigh and knee back. And breathing in, breathing out. Expanding the body. Relaxing the body. Focus on the areas you find tightness in. Or maybe you want to reach down, catch the back leg. Or one of the hands. I'll actually use the same hand. And then take the left leg forward, outside the right, outer knee and thigh. And twist your right arm across the left leg. So you rotate towards the left. And then find Kumukasana. So you're trying to stagger the knee above the knee, and see if you can let that left sit bone come down first before the right. So you wrap the right arm underneath the left, and then maybe take the arms down in front of you. And if that's a little too much with the arms in front of you like this, just undo the arms and just plant the palms down in front of you. Now always imagine somebody's holding my hips down towards the ground, nice and heavy. I go to the right, I go to the left, and come up again. Shake out the legs in front of you, take the flesh away from the buttocks and fold forward. Feel the expansion in the inhale and the exhale. Softness, and your inner thighs rolling down. Feel like you're plucking your thigh bones into the hips. You're pulling the thigh back into the hips as you're folding. Pigeon pose with the left leg in front and the right leg back. You could scoot the right knee and thigh a little backwards. Make sure the outer right thigh is facing down, the outer right thigh is facing down, so the inner thigh lifting upward. Slow breathing. Using the inhale to expand and the exhale to soften. I can also reach down, catch the back leg with either hand as I use my same hand to get the back foot. And again, once we're ready with this one, as you sit up, you're going to take the right foot forward. Step it across the left outer knee and thigh. And taking that rotation to the left with the left, to the right, with the left elbow across. Gomukhasana. See if the right sit bone can come down first. And the left arm underneath the right as you fold forward. Otherwise, again, undo the arms and just plant the palms. The buttocks are heavy, the thighs are heavy. Breathe down and in. Slow, even breaths. Go a little bit to the left. And to the right. Use the block just below the heels, not so much other places, just the heels. So really the Achilles shouldn't really touch, the ankle bone shouldn't really touch, it's just the heels. The back of the heels just to touch the block. Again, you're plucking your thigh bones into the hips as you fall forward. Get a nice western stretch, a nice long stretch here. Ideally, the elbow stays up. Come up halfway, and then removing the block. Gonna lie down for the final pose. Take a little twist to the side. And we twist to the other side too. You're going to just be laying down. You find our way into Shavasana, the final pose. Nice and cozy as you lay down. will slowly awaken little by little the body. If you're ready, you can plant your feet and roll over to the side. And use your hand when you're ready to come up and sit. But again, take your time. If you're not there yet, you can stay longer, of course. Crossing the legs, appreciating, cherishing the moment, the life we've been giving. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You on peace, peace, and peace. Much love for everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing the work.